Friday night, heading into the holiday weekend, things are very quiet getting started, although we do have a few rumbles of thunder taking place out there just north of Chattanooga, right before 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onick. A few stray raindrops out there for tonight, and also some rumbles of thunder early, but beyond that, things are going to be, it looks like, pretty quiet all the way on through. But if you have outdoor plans, fishing, golfing, anything in the way of barbecuing, athletic events, graduation ceremonies this weekend, time to keep an eye on the sky to see what's going on, because we're going to be seeing the potential of those areas of lightning taking place out there through the rest of the evening. Now, much of what we have, again, right before 10 o'clock, it's just north and northwest of Chattanooga between Saudi Daisy, right along Highway 27, that drifting its way back on down to the southwest, right about the time you get around the area of Lookout Mountain. There's not a lot beyond that. We do see, again, that potential for more showers and thunderstorms popping up. Probably not for tonight. That activity back around Dayton and Spring City, that has pretty much gone by the wayside. And outside of what we've got, again, right around Chattanooga, we've got a few spotty showers back over toward Cleveland and into and around the area of northeastern Alabama. Beyond that, we don't really have, again, too much of anything happening at this point, and hopefully it'll stay that way through the weekend. But I would take the umbrella with you just to be on the safe side. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little while. Almanac page for today, we did manage to get rather on the warm side and almost exactly as spot on as you could possibly get for this time of the year. 83 the high, that's normal. Likewise, 62 the low temperature this morning and the normal for this time of the year. We're still behind by about 1.25 inches for the month and almost 2 inches behind now for the year. So we're getting some pretty decently dry conditions out there, and probably will be staying that way until we get some more rain showers. But the chances of rain that we wind up with are going to be scattered across the area, not seeing a wide burst of any rainfall coming our direction to refill the rain gauge out there. Looking back towards Sequoia Nuclear, thank you very much, Max Ross, for a view of looking over the Tennessee River and Chickamauga Lake on Highway 68 from around Meigs County. That's our West Shore home weather window picture of the day. Got pictures? We'd love to see them and show them. Drop them to us at pictures@wdef.com or send them to us on our social media pages. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for more information on that. Next few hours, we'll see, again, this storm system is not much, sitting right back over toward Middle Tennessee, and this is acting as kind of the irritation point in the atmosphere to develop showers and thunderstorms. Most of the rainfall from our tropical system here is staying over toward the coast. That, again, is going to be playing a big factor in our forecast as we get into the next day or so. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. Back to the west, nothing coming our direction. High pressure acting as a good stop sign to keep everything out this direction, and not going to be seeing much of anything else helping in the way of rainfall for us anytime soon. The main thing we're going to be watching is this storm system making its way up the coastline, taking a hard left about the North-South Carolina border, and that will again draw in more moisture from off the Pacific, from off the Atlantic Ocean. Not seeing a lot of help from the Pacific at this time, and the National Hurricane Center only giving the system a 10% chance of any further developments. Again, as it moves on shore, it'll become less of a threat, but the rotation at this time is going to begin to move a lot of moisture up this direction. Now, we could see a pretty decent amount of development depending on how things go. This system is riding right over the Gulf current around the Gulf Stream, and this is, again, doing a very good job of keeping this system a little more cohesive, a little bit more activity. It's not causing anything in the way of major problems as if it were sitting down to our south, where the waters of the Gulf and the Caribbean are already about bathtub temperature. We're talking about back in the 80s down this direction off the coast, but it's up here that we are seeing, again, that storm system making its way right over the stream, and that, again, could keep it a little stronger. It doesn't look like a tropical storm at this time. It just doesn't have any capability of that for right now. But again, this could be an issue into the next couple of days as we see warm, moist air here channeled back to the west-northwest, and that could be a bit of an issue there as well. What does it look like for the rest of the current area in the Atlantic? Right now, we don't have a lot going on. The good news, again, at this time is that across the entire Atlantic, things are quiet. So there's not much going on yet, but we're going to be in hurricane season as of 1 week from yesterday, Thursday, June 1st. That's the beginning of hurricane season. If you'd like to see more about NOAA's forecast, we'll talk about that coming up here in just a little bit. Running the numbers as we go into the next several hours, let's go through about the next 72 and take you through tomorrow morning, which again, a few clouds out there, temperatures comfortable back in the mid to upper 50s. If we get anything in the way of showers or thunderstorms, it is going to be late during Saturday afternoon, and again, mostly to our west, but there could be some speckles of showers and thunderstorms popping up by Saturday afternoon and evening coming on through. And then we start to see again the potential for more showers, more thunderstorms coming up as we get into Sunday morning and across the area Sunday afternoon as this moisture rides around. You notice kind of a swirl going on here. That's an upper level low, several thousand feet up, and it looks like this rain is going to wrap itself around that. So most of the activity should go north of us, but there's some potential that it could make its way down to the south of us, so again, or back over us once again, and that could be the worst of the worst there. And those chances of rain showers will stick around right on into about Monday early afternoon. So again, that is something we're going to have to watch out here to see what happens. It does not, again, look like a washout through Monday and the holiday itself, but we will see that potential of more chances of showers and thunderstorms than we will from way back off to the west. Looking again at better potential of that rainfall, mostly around us, and that's going to be about what we see here for the time being. So again, through the rest of the holiday weekend, not doing too bad, and there are signs at this point that as we go toward the end of next week, we should be looking at what could be a very big warm-up coming our direction. We could be pushing 90 degrees by the time we hit the first weekend of June. So going to be seeing some warmer conditions coming on through. And much of what we look at, again, allergies are really playing heck out there. That's going to be most of what we get in the forecast for the next several days. So for right now, this is the way it shapes up. We'll be looking at temperatures dropping a little bit into Sunday, very pleasant, lower 70s all the way on through, and then rising back up again as we get into around Monday. So pushing 80 degrees, very close to normal. Didn't see too much in the way of the forecast showing a clearer condition out there, so we went ahead and put the forecast back in for some thunderstorms on Monday, and that pretty much goes all the way throughout the rest of the week. We should see the best potential, as in, say, 30-40% coverage chance plus, coming up on Friday, and that's also where we see temperatures heading upwards into the mid to upper 80s. Now, by next weekend, first weekend of June, that is where we could see temperatures back into around the lower 90s briefly, but it is going to be possible, so we'll watch that with a lot of carefulness. And again, outdoor activities really need to pay attention, especially large athletic events, large summer festivals going on. It's very difficult to get several thousand people from an outdoor seating stadium situation into indoors or into a shelter where they can be protected from lightning. So a lot of these facilities, a lot of these festivals really need to pay attention to what's going on as we go throughout the rest of the weekend. So keep it tuned for more on that. Through the weekend, you can also access Titan Radar through WDEF.com/weather. The hurricane season forecast for 2023 was issued yesterday by, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. If you'd like to hear my take on it and explain a little bit more about what it means, check out the What I Want to Know show through my YouTube channel, and you can find out more through our website, again, WDEF.com/weather, and also on our social media pages. We'll be posting that throughout the next couple of days as well. Summer is basically started. The semester is over with for education, but there's summer camps coming up. There's summer classes. There is Vacation Bible School. If you'd like to have one of our weather personnel talk to your students, young or old, about what's going on with weather safety, things like that, climate change, let us know. Go to the Food City Weather in the Classroom program page at WDEF.com/weather. Give us your contact information, your class level, special subjects you want us to touch on, things like that, and we'll try to cross-connect on a schedule to get us into the classroom so we can talk to everybody about what's going going on out there. Again, so far, no indication of any severe weather taking place. We've got, again, good conditions for now, with the exception of a couple of minor storms passing through portions of the area. So again, good news on that, but we could see some problems coming up into the course of the rest of the forecast period. So we should see, again, not too much to worry about. Downtown on the hazy side for tonight, and looking at traffic on Highway 27 moving over to the Interstate 24 area, looking okay. And from 24 to 75, this was a big mess earlier. Right now, everything appears to be moving on. So far, so good. And temperatures back into the lower 70s, at least for right now. And some thunderstorms in the area. But again, much of what we're looking at for now, passing to the north of Chattanooga, over toward Jasper, Whitwell, and around the area of South Pittsburgh. So that, again, could cause some slowdowns on the roadways, and more activity like this popping up through the weekend. These isolated chances of showers and thunderstorms, pulse thunderstorms, popcorn thunderstorms, whatever you want to call them, develop, drift, collapse, start off a new wave of showers and thunderstorms. With that collapse, lather, rinse, repeat. You got a pretty good idea, excuse me, again, as to what we're going to be looking for. So for right now, again, decently quiet. If it stays that way, here's hoping, because right now, I think with the holiday in progress, we should get ourselves a decently quiet start out there. So again, we're hoping for that. That'll do it for tonight. We'll have updates on your forecast with meteorologist Todd Heislip through the weekend at 11 o'clock Saturday and Sunday. Chip Chapman will be back bright and early on Monday morning at 5 a.m. for more details. And of course, I'll be updating WDEF.com/weather for more forecast information there. Questions, concerns, ideas, complaints, if you must, email me at aonek, that's AONEK, at WDEF.com. Thanks for joining us. Tune in for the 11 o'clock show tonight, and keep it tuned to News 12 on air and online throughout the rest of the holiday weekend. And thanks for joining us on this Friday night edition of Weather Overtime from News 12 in downtown Chattanooga.